Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome to A Better World with Adrienne. This is the unrestricted vocal channel, the podcast portal where you get to come to heal, to up-level, to grow, to expand, and to walk your spiritual path as a spiritual creator for yourself, for your dreams sown into your heart. First, because it feels good, and this is your destiny to live your dreams. And those very dreams that are placed on your heart are an important part of a better world. So I really believe and know and feel in my soul that when each of us creates a dream, we each thread part of the quilt of a new earth, of a better world into existence, into reality. So not only is it a path of joy, of love, abundance, it's a path of impact. And so I am very excited for today's episode. If you're new here, welcome, 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 welcome. This is not like other podcasts. This is a straight up transmission where if you implement what I'm sharing, you can and will change your life. And if you've been here for a while, welcome back. Every day is a new beginning and a chance to start again, to learn again. And today is that for all of us. So whether you're listening to this in real time as it drops, whether you're listening to this 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, may this be a beacon of tools, insight, growth, healing, and magic in your life. So before we begin, the title of today's episode is The 3 L's of Lit Legacy Leadership. So I'm going to be teaching one of my frameworks, one of my coaching frameworks that really can support you in accessing your highest level of leadership that is first lit and based in legacy. So we're going to get into all of that. First, something we do here at A Better World with Adrienne is we call upon the altar. So one of the reasons why humanity is in the pickle it's in is because we stopped making offerings. We stopped making altars. We stopped saying thank you to spirit. We stopped saying thank you to Mother Earth for like, hey, thank you for the opportunity to live here. Thank you for the opportunity to have this transmission. And so an altar is really thank you. It's setting the stage for the magic that spirit gets to transmit through this space, transmit through my voice, transmit through the psyches and the cells and the heartbeats of every single person who's experiencing this episode. So on the altar today, we have a dark magenta candle. This represents the deep, dark, divine feminine, okay? The portal of all creation. And when it's burning, it is purifying the space with the mother's creation energy. I have gold coins from Croatia, and this represents the return to the truth. So when I went to Croatia in 2019 and I saw the Adriatic Sea for the first time with my own eyes, I realized how deeply disconnected I was from water. And I didn't know it at the time, but that was the very moment that I started to remember Lemuria. And Lemuria, if you aren't familiar, it's a very, very ancient civilization that, predates Atlantis, thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and actually is very connected to the land of Maui, which is why I moved back here. So the Croatian coins represent return to the truth, return to your ancient truth. I have my Lemurian seed crystals that I've been taking to Eal Valley to cleanse, clarify, purify. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ganeshas, removing all of the obstacles. This is one of my most important guides. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. I have my red rock heart stone from Sedona. And this represents the heart chakra that beats within all of us and the truth that exists in your heart chakra. I have a beautiful, deep, dark red rose representing the root chakra, safety, stability for all. It's safe to change. It's safe to know the truth. It is safe to be uncomfortable. And finally, I have my blue agate crystals blessing the throat chakras of all, blessing my throat chakra, and a deep reminder that the throat chakra includes the ears. And so may you be open to hearing messages from spirit, from your highest self, from me, from the stars, and be willing to listen. Because we must first listen deeply before we speak. Listen to ourselves, listen to spirit, listen to God source energy, listen to the stars, listen to one another. And from that place, we speak. So thank you, thank you, thank you in advance, spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we will take our 3 deep breaths, connecting our minds, bodies, and spirits, knowing that the breath is life force energy. And when we change our breath, we can change our life. No matter where you're listening, feel your feet on Mother Earth. Whether you're sitting down, whether you're walking, whether you're in the car, feel the grounded portal into Gaia. Inhale through the nose. Feel the divine white light surrounding your body. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through your nose. This time, purple light surrounds your whole body, swirling and twirling around your crown chakra. Keep holding at the top of your breath and feel the purple light radiate in your whole entire body, especially in your heart. Exhale out the mouth. Feel your feet deepen into Gaia. One last breath. Inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. This time, red. Red of the rose of safety, swirling around your root chakra, swirling around your third eye. It's safe to see visions. Swirling around your ears. It's safe to hear truth. And keep holding, keep holding, keep holding. Bring an intention to this space. What energy are you bringing? Curiosity, joy, raw grief, sadness, excitement. Exhale out the mouth. Gently blink open your eyes. Come back to the space. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's dive in to today's transmission. I'm so excited. This is the 3 L's of Lit Legacy Leadership. So I'm going to dive into this framework that literally is the framework for my work, my modality that I invented. This is what I hang my hat on every single day, what I've seen my clients create quantum leap after quantum leap after quantum leap with is this 3-part framework. And they create the 3 L's of Lit Legacy Leadership. So if you know anything about me, okay, I have my Venus and Mercury literally both on top of one another at 3 degrees Virgo in the 5th house. What does that translate to? Mercury is communication. Venus is beauty. Mercury rules words. Venus is beauty. So I make art with words. That's why I'm a poet. That's why I love alliteration. That's why the names of all my programs are like these like little just word. One of my coaches once called me a word wizard, and I'm like, yes, I am a word wizard. Like that is me. So 3 L's of Lit Legacy Leadership. What do I mean by lit? It's that spark within you that does not go out. Okay, when we compare this and we use the astrological lens, right? It's Leo energy. It's Leo energy. By the way, I'm a Leo stellium. I'm a Leo sun conjunct my Jupiter in my 5th house. That's the most powerful the sun can be. Okay. I'm here to shine my light as a leader. I'm here to shine my light as a big, bright star, as a radical permission slip for you to do the exact same thing. Okay. And Leo literally rules leadership. So lit. It's not Aries starting shit and not finishing it. It's not Sag where you're constantly transmuting things and have all these different flames at the same time. No, it's Leo. It's sustaining, fixed fire. So lit. Your lit leadership based on the spark, based on that holy fire within you that's like, yeah, I have passion. I have passion for things I love. And I also have passion for things I see that are not fucking okay. All right. Can I get an amen? If you're seeing shit in the world right now, that's not fucking okay. Yeah. Okay. So lit legacy leadership. Legacy is what you leave behind. If you're a new earth leader, you're here to build a legacy. You're here to leave a stamp. You're here to create something that when your soul exits this body in this lifetime, you left a mark. It's going to outlive you. It's going to outsustain you. Okay? Legacy. I feel called to look up the long-lasting impact of particular events and actions that took place in the past of a person's life. So it's like, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? What kind of legacy do you want to leave for the collective, for your family, for a world we're proud of? Okay, if you have for something for me that comes into, with legacy is like, I'm creating generational wealth in this lifetime. Like my nieces and my kids will have a very different set of options because of what I choose to transmute, what I choose to move through, what I choose to heal, how I show up, okay? How I live will directly impact the legacy of my bloodline, and it will directly impact the legacy of, music everywhere, because I'm an interruption. I'm a sacred disruption to the music industry, okay? Like, and I'm experiencing it again here on Maui. It's like, okay, I refuse to be a stand for the starving artist paradigm. And what does that mean? That means that most people will probably think I overcharge, and that's fine. And that's not my problem, right? I refuse to participate in shit that I don't believe in. And because of that, I'm creating a legacy. Like other people, other musicians see me and they're like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. Right? And so I'm really flipping the grid there. That's a legacy I'm leading. I'm leading a legacy in New Earth. I'm leading a legacy in, my modality that I've created with astrology and breathwork. And like, I'm leaving a mark on this planet. I decided a long time ago, I knew as a little girl that I was here for big shit. I didn't know what it was. Of course, I meandered with 10 years of addiction, and my soul chose that as well because I'm here to help others transmute that. But it's like, what legacy are you leaving? There's your legacy in your bloodline. There's your legacy in your field. There's your legacy in your industry. But there's really a legacy of like, what legacy are you leaving with spirit? What legacy are you leaving with spirit, with the creator? Like, I want to be the reason that people believe in God or the stars or just humanity again. It's so easy to be jaded. And what if that was your legacy? Like, hey, I'm the reason someone believes again. I'm the reason someone stands back up. I'm the reason someone doesn't quit, right? That's a legacy. So lit legacy leadership. So one key thing that people leave out about leadership is self-leadership. people jump the gun and they're like, okay, I'm going to lead a movement. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to, be a speaker, all of these things. And yet they have not led themselves yet. They have not led themselves through the trenches. They have not led themselves through their own emotional intelligence. They haven't led themselves through healing their nervous system. They haven't led themselves through mastering a skill set. And then it's like, yo, you can't lead anyone else if you're not leading yourself. And it comes back to, honestly, one of my favorite leadership quotes comes from one of my all-time favorite holiday movies, The Holiday, where she's like, I believe Kate Winslet is the name of the actress. She's like talking to her friend, and her friend's like, this is textbook like screenplay. You're a leading lady, but for some reason, you're behaving like the best friend. And I think, and then she says to him, she's like, you're supposed to be the leading lady of your own life, for God's sake. And she's like, that was brutal, but brilliant. And I just love that quote because it's like, okay, yes, you are the leading role in your own life. And so raise your hand if you're out there and you're like, if you've ever struggled to lead anything else, if you're really resonating with this, if you're like, okay, wow, I really want to lead something. I really want to, lead this business, lead these clients, lead this creation, lead this effort, lead this volunteer group, lead this, anything, lead my family. And you're currently avoiding shit within you, right? It's a very deep calling forward and calling in of like, you got to roll with you first and foremost, boo. And so it's definitely just calling you into deep responsibility of like, yes, you are the leader of your life. You are the person who inspires yourself. You're the person who shows up. You're the person who builds respect with yourself. You're the person who builds trust with yourself. You're the person who doesn't have imposter syndrome because you did the work to master the skill set, right? So it's all deeply, deeply, deeply important. So if this resonates with you, this is the passion fix fire within, baby. Legacy. What are you leaving behind? It's about making it bigger than you. And this is something that I use a lot because and I've done this, I'm sure you've done this as a listener, my clients experience this. It's like, okay, anytime we get in our own way, we're usually making it all about us. And not about the vision, not about the mission, not about the legacy. One of my teachers said to me very directly and very confronting was like, oh yes, this is the art of making it about you. And because I was having a block with like selling and raising my prices, and I was having all this stuff come up about like slimy sales, and she's like, can you imagine if I never sold what I do? You would never be in this container. You would never experience my modality. You would have never created ABCDE. And I was like, wow, it's actually like incredibly selfish to not sell. It's incredibly selfish to make it about me and my blocks instead of the vision, And so legacy, it's about more than you. What's the mark you're leaving behind? What's the mark? Okay. And then leadership, you're going first. It's not taking the road less traveled. It's building a new road, and you get to lead yourself first before you lead others. And it's not about perfection. It is about like, at the bare minimum, you got to be taking full responsibility for every single part of your life and taking action on it. And it's not about doing it alone either. I have coaches, I have support, I have healers, right? The best leaders have coaches. The best leaders have healers. The best leaders have support. Why? Because they want to see their blind spots. They want to level up. They don't want to waste time trying to bang their head against the wall, and trial and error. They're like, yo, I know the ROI of investing in myself. I know the ROI of having a coach that can show me my blind spots that I'm not aware of, so I can excel faster. I know the power of hiring someone to teach me a skill set. I know the power of having a healer that can help me heal myself so I don't subconsciously block my own blessings and creations and legacy, right? So, lit legacy leadership. That's what New Earth is going to be built by. Lit legacy leaders. Okay? Now we're going to get into the framework, the 3 L's. So the 3 L's of lit legacy leadership are learn, love, leverage. Learn, love, leverage. So the first one, learn. Leaders are lifelong learners. They're obsessed with learning. They're obsessed with gathering data. And here's the thing, there's 2 kinds of learning, right? There's the study of self, which is called svadhyaya in Sanskrit, in the yogic traditions, which means self-study. And this is the willingness to learn about yourself, to go toe-to-toe with yourself, to really look at yourself in the mirror and get to know your greatness and your demise. Like your amazing superpowers, and also where it's easy for you to slip out of integrity, slip out of your potential, slip out of alignment, your, dark corners of trauma that you haven't dealt with, like a willingness to learn all parts of you, in addition to learning from teachers, from books, learning skill sets. Like I decided a long time ago, and I'm just obsessed with learning. I'm obsessed with learning stuff. Like first, for me, if I don't care about it, I couldn't give two shits about it. It's like I must have that fire within me. So for example, for like astrology or human design or like working out or my business or breath work or anything like that, like I can go into like study mode where I'm just like learning, and I can do for like 8 hours without even going to the bathroom. Like I will forget to go to the bathroom because I'm so focused. And this is the power of Mars and Virgo. And just how much I've trained as a musician to have command of my mind. But like, I'm going to be learning till the day I die. Okay. Leaders are prolific learners. Leaders are prolific learners of themselves and ways to be in the world. Okay. So there's like, you learn skills and modalities and traditions and things, but then you learn your own soul. You learn your own self. You learn your own heartbeat. And it never ends. Like, especially when we're growing at such a rapid pace, it's like, I'm looking at myself every day in the mirror and I'm like, hello, nice to meet you. I'm like, hello, nice to meet you. This is new. So I'm constantly learning about myself because I'm constantly changing. So this is the first L, learn. And then the second L is love. Loving what you learn about yourself. Loving yourself through deep healing. Loving all of humanity. Rooted in love. Love is the end all be all. Unconditional love must be the bedrock of every single move you make as a lit legacy leader. Okay, so first we learn about ourselves. We learn things in the world, right? Then we love. We love no matter what. We love no matter what we learn. Okay, I've learned a lot of things about me that I did not like. Okay, and I loved myself anyways. I loved myself through healing myself through breath work. I loved myself through forgiveness, through meditation, through yoga, through hiring coaches that help me love myself. Okay, and I love the world, no matter what I learn about the world. There's a lot of things. We're literally in the middle of a genocide right now in Gaza. There's a lot there. It's easy to not love, but can you love humanity anyways? Can you separate someone's soul from their behavior? Hold people radically responsible for their behavior and at the same time love their soul, because we're all one, right? If we had love at the bedrock of everything, we wouldn't have climate change because people would not have extracted from Mother Earth. the way that they have. That's not love. Okay. And when I take this back to astrology, right? Astrology is a way we learn about ourselves in the world. And it's a way we love ourselves, right? There's portals for love in there. And then the third L of legacy leadership is leverage. And people get weird about this word. People get weird about this word. And the reason why people get weird about the word leverage is because they fear their own power. You know, leverage is just, using force to create quantum results with less effort. And so when I talk about force, it's not like, oh, I'm going to force this thing to happen, but it's like using the force of life, like life force, like the force, Star Wars. By the way, there's a reason why we all saw Star Wars and why that was channeled. That's what the road ahead is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I'm going to do a whole episode about that. Spiritual warfare. Okay. The resistance. We must own our power. And part of this with the leadership is leverage. So many people learn so many things. They do the healing work and then they don't leverage it to advance their agenda, to get results on repeat. They're unwilling to be precise. They're unwilling to move their power in such a way that it's strategic. That gets to die for a new earth to live. So you leverage your placements in astrology. You leverage. So for me, for example, like something that I talk about a lot is my path with addiction, my path in classical music, and my path with my business, and my path with just trusting spirit relentlessly, right? I leverage those parts of my story because they're powerful. And when people hear those stories, they feel and see themselves in it. And then they see what's possible for them. And then they do breath work and they change their life. Or then they heal their money and they change their life. Or then they're like, if she can heal addiction, I can do it. And then they, not everyone invests in containers with me because I'm not an aligned fit for everyone. However, the people, my soulmate clients that I'm meant to work with need to hear those stories. And so I leverage them. I use those stories, and leverage is not bad. It's not predatory. It's not gross. It's smart and precise and efficient. And this is where light workers have really missed the mark historically, because it's like that Martin Luther King quote I come back to again and again and again. Those who love peace must learn to organize just like those who love war. Okay? If you're not willing to leverage your superpowers, leverage the astrology, leverage what you're learning, leverage your love for all of humanity, you're stunting your leadership. You're stunting your impact. You know what it is? It's fear of your own power. And it's more than that. It's fear of being seen in your full power. Because let me tell you what, people gonna talk. People gonna have opinions. People gonna gossip. And by the way, this is me leveraging my Chiron right now when I'm talking to you. My Chiron, which is a past life or early childhood wound, is in Cancer in the 3rd house. I've been gossiped about in past lives for being powerful and spiritual. I've been given up to the patriarchy. I've been given up to the matrix. I've been burned at the stake for being seen in my full power. Okay? That we cannot allow that to run our lives. We're responsible for transmuting that. Okay? And so leveraging it, like I know for a fact that there's someone listening right now that they have a deep fear of being gossiped about. They have a fear of losing friends. They have a fear of losing community. They have a fear of being blown up online. Well, guess what, Queen, King? That's part of leadership. Okay, so if you're resonating with that, maybe we're supposed to work together, because that's my Chiron. And Chiron contains your codes for the most potent medicine. Okay, so learn, love, leverage. Leverage your superpower. In order to leverage something, you must know it and own it fully and unapologetically wield it with precision to quantum create with the divine. So that's what I say when I'm talking about my membership, New Earth Temple, and I'm like, leap and the net will appear when you study the net. A lot of people leap and they don't leap based on the astrology. They just leap and then they fail too much, and they don't fail intelligently because they're unwilling to study and they're unwilling to leverage the cosmic waves. Like, I do certain things on a new moon in Scorpio that I would never do on a new moon in Gemini, because it's completely different energy. And why would I, try and create things that are going directly against the wave of the force? Like, that's not smart, right? So that's what I mean by leverage. Okay, so just to recap, the 3 L's of lit legacy leadership are learn, love, leverage. And so I really invite you to lean into these today. Like, how does this show up in your life? How does learning about yourself and the world and skills show up in your life? How does love show up for yourself, the world, in your life? What about leverage? Have you ever leveraged on purpose before? Your greatness or what's going on in the collective? And this all adds up to create your lit legacy leadership. This is what makes a leader. This is what makes a new earth leader. This is what makes a lit legacy leader. So the 3 L's of lit legacy leaders. That's a transition. That's the transmission, beautiful soul. So I invite you to reflect on this. I invite you to take this and run with it. And I invite you to act on it. So I am inviting you into very specific ways where you can tap into this learn, love, leverage with me. Okay. So you can book a one-on-one session with me or a one-on-one session pack with me that we can go deep into your astrology. We can do breathwork journeys. We can do coaching. There's all these different combinations. So go to the link in my bio, book a one-on-one session or session pack. I cannot wait to support you in this. All right. It's epic. It's needed. And your leadership gets to be unlocked now. And then second, I'm calling in my long-term one-on-one clients for 2024. The people I work with are committed to lit legacy leadership. And so this is the core foundation of my work, is learn, love, leverage through astrology, through breath work, through high performance coaching, through skill mastery coaching, through 3D moves, through sacred systems, through holy habits, through daily coaching, through one-on-one in-person experiences on Maui. Like, there's so many different options to explore. So if you are interested in this, the ways you can connect with me about it are, you can go to the link in the show notes and apply. You can email me and say you're interested in one-on-one mentorship, or you can DM me on Instagram. I am Adrienne, at I am Adrienne, and we can connect there. So I am so excited for you, for your lit legacy leadership. If you feel the call to work with me, book a session, sign up for one-on-one mentorship. It's go time, baby. It's go time. There's a leader that lives within you. And it's up to you to unlock them. It's up to you to show up. It's up to you to transmute, to heal, to evolve, to grow. And it comes down to this learn, love, leverage on repeat. My dad used to say to us all the time as kids, I'm so grateful for my childhood. I'm so grateful for my parents. I'm so grateful that I was raised on a farm and in a classical music culture where I had radical responsibility from a young age and high standards. And my dad would say to us, anybody can do something once. True greatness is performing with excellence consistently and loving who you are as you do it. Okay. This is New Earth leadership. This is Lit Legacy leadership. This is Learn, Love, Leverage. So take action if you want to work with me. I can't wait to meet the people that are going to ride with me in 2024. And I'm so excited for the people who are booking one-on-one sessions in December. It's a great way to set yourself up for an amazing new year and success. Go out there, take action, implement this. Make a stranger smile because it's fun and amazing and charges the whole world with magic. Don't forget that you're unique, one of a kind, rare. You're worthy, you're loved, you're beautiful. Your ideas are super, super, super important. I love you so much. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.